lately I've been seeing things out the corner of my eyes. Just not enough in vision to see in detail, but just make out shape it is. And then whenever I go and turn, it's not there. Now, usually this is obvious because of paranoia. You know, you're paranoid, you see things that aren't there. Except it's been happening seemingly randomly at same-ish spots in the house, and I'm not paranoid. I'm not thinking of anything. I'm just walking, and then it happens, which seems strange. But when I go and look at it, I see the shape I was looking at as some obvious object. I don't know if I see things that are supernatural necessarily, or something that's in my head. Now, I know you'd think that, oh, you'd want to know if there's something supernatural or not, but for me, it doesn't really matter if something to me is supernatural in my head because it's the same result. The reason I want to know, however, is simply because I'm curious. You know, I want to know, do I have an active imagination with these things, or if they're actual things happening? Now, I can't prove this to anyone, obviously, because they're going to think, I have schizophrenia, like the title, though I don't believe in any of that stuff. People can have so many different schizophrenic cases, and psychologists will go and try and put them in a book or a certain category based on how they respond to things. But in reality, say if someone, I don't believe aliens exist, but say if someone saw aliens and then had a history of seeing things, the aliens would be considered by psychiatrists to be part of their schizophrenia. But you see, what I believe is that schizophrenia is not one category of a certain collection of symptoms together. It is the result of, how do I put this? How someone sees things. It could be damage to the brain, or even a dream, or something real. However, there's no way to tell if someone's not half sure on what they see. That's why I don't go and believe in schizophrenia. Because when someone starts to believe they have schizophrenia, they go and believe everything they see strange, or what other people say is false, must have been a pure vision, pure fiction. However, I'm different. I believe that I should go and find out the truth behind each and every one of these things. Also, while still having the possibility that I see things, because I know I've seen things in the past that aren't real, are just figments of my imagination, not schizophrenia. Or say if somebody wanted to categorize it as schizophrenia, then, well, I couldn't really stop it at all. You can go and create a category of science for everything, and it doesn't even have to be true, and the populace will believe it. Psychology's been controlling stuff for far too long. By far too long, I mean every part of history. Back then you'd be crazy if you didn't believe in God, which I guess people are a bit in a way, but so are people who aren't. Or back then you're crazy if you had a tiny bit of different belief, and today it's the exact same thing. You could be crazy if you have slightly different belief than everyone else. However, it's so much more convoluted now. So many different people writing on the subject of psychology that makes it a whole lot more believable of an actual science when it's closer to, I said before, magic, but actually it's more closer to a philosophy, I would say. A whole bunch of different opinions on how something exists, but in the mind. That's psychology. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I may not believe in it at all, And though I may use it as a term so other people can understand what I'm seeing, I still know that everything that I see either is directly my fault of seeing it, I, mentally or physically, or it is something external. What does this mean? This basically means that if I choose to believe something that is false, that is not a, that is not a mental disorder. That's me being stupid because I can't put my logic together. Even someone who has trouble seeing things or mental disorder can be a whole lot better by just applying logic to every single part of their life. But they refuse to because they categorize their mental disorder as a scapegoat, a way to go and prove everything that doesn't make sense to them. I'm not going to do that. Either everything is going to be my fault, or it's going to be something real that's external. And I'll always continue to question it. And if I cannot prove that it is something external, it was completely my fault of even thinking it might have been true in my head, and I can discount it and then know it's not real. I'll give an update later on this.